30s, chamber 45 ACP. Let's check it out. I want to thank Federal, Remington, and Winchester for not sponsoring my videos. So all of my ammunition testing that I do here is all sponsored by you, the viewer. So I want to thank my viewers in all seriousness. I was being funny about the Remington stuff. But I want to thank you, the viewers, for hitting that thumbs up, subscribing to my channel. It's not it's not a lot, but what you guys are doing is you're basically allowing me to keep going. So thank you guys for sponsoring me and buying my ammunition. Little accuracy test. We're about 7 yards away. Basic handgun ammunition or distance. So let's see what we can't do with this. Glock 30s, not exactly perfect, but if you do your part, she'll put them in there where they need to go, and that's just cheap Federal aluminum, Walmart stuff. But as you can see, close quarters, she's pretty accurate. I haven't tried to go anything farther than 15 feet away, but that's that. Okay, that's it. Let's quit the shooting and we'll head into the inside and we will talk about this beast of a gun. Glock 30s, chamber 45 ACP, sledgehammer. So let's head on into the table, man, and let's see what we can come up with on this gun. All right. As you've seen from the intro, we are looking today at the Glock 30s. And yeah, the title is going to be a pretty bold statement. Probably going to get some controversy. Best 45 ACP on the market. And that's why I chose to buy this gun. This is my personal firearm. And we'll go into why I believe that is the best 45 on the market. So first, let's go ahead and get this firearm dangerous, which it already is. I made dangerous for the video. Thing is clear. Nothing in neither mag. Okay. Now if that's out of the way, let's go ahead and start talking about this particular gun. Okay, so this here is the Glock 30s. Okay, and basically what that means is it's the thin slide, and it's setting on the SF frame. Which so basically, this Glock is a Glock 30 with a Glock 36 slide. And they basically did that because there was a lot of people, I think, Frankenstein their firearms. They were taking the 30 and they were putting the 36 slide on, and with all the different ejectors and extractors and stuff that Glock has, I just think it was a liability thing, and it's also a good idea. So Glock actually decided to just incorporate it into their weapon system line. So let's go ahead and let's get some of this out of the way here. First off, I'd like to talk about usage. And in usage, the categories that you're going to have is home defense, CCW, range and training, and bug out. This is one of them guns that fits everywhere. Home defense, you know, this particular mag here is a 9+1, and then the gun ships with 10+1 magazines. So I actually bought this mag separate. It's the 9-shot magazine, and what I did was add the pinky extension on there. So home defense, yes. I mean, it's 45. Not that I'm a huge 45 fanboy, but let's prove it. The cartridge does have a significant background and track reputation. So CCW, yes. This gun, it's kind of a mixture. It's kind of a cross between the Glock 19 and the Glock 26, if you're familiar with those firearms. And it's really, really similar to the M&P Compact and the Ruger SR9 Compact. And it shoots 9+1 and 10+1 of 45 ACP. And that's where, when we get into firepower and stuff, that's where I'm going to go into why I think this is the best gun, 45. Range and training. Yes, yes, and yes. You know, somebody that trains with a 45, you know, you go anything to any smaller than that, you know, it's just going to be a lot easier to shoot. Range wise, it's a fun gun to shoot. It does not beat you up. Now, I will say this: the first 500 rounds through this gun, I thought I made a mistake. And it was mainly due to the fact of the magazine release button is really sharp, and it was eating my hand up. And then also, this particular Glock has the trigger range, what they call the range trigger in it. So it has them little grooves in there. And then also the back strap. Being used to a 9mm and jumping into a 45, I think that was a lot of it. On top of, I took my buffing wheel, buffed this down a little bit, removed the sharp edges. Same here. And then when I bought my Talon grip, I did have extra sheets of it from prior jobs. So I actually put a sheet on here and then wrapped the rubber grip around it. So the back strap actually is double plied with rubber. After I did that, was around the 500 round mark. And I think a mixture of that on top of getting broke in, the gun is just it's a really sweet shooter now. Firepower. Okay, so I already kind of covered that. You know, the gun, I don't know, you can look the specs up on it, on what it weighs, but you know, it ships with two 10-round magazines. And I mean, you can see just how small these magazines are. Okay. For this size of a gun, packing as many rounds as it does, it gets an A+. And if there's any score higher than an A+, it gets that too. To cram that many rounds into this size of a firearm, it don't get much better than that, guys. I mean, it seriously don't. I mean, this gun weighs the same as the Springfield XDS, and it's like, I think the maximum capacity on that gun with extended round magazines on it is like 9+1. But generally speaking, no, I don't think it's even that. That's a 9mm. Their 45 is like a 5-shot, and it weighs the same as this. Now, granted, it's skinny. Ergonomics. Well, it's a Glock. Um, I hate to sound like a fanboy, but well, for me, the Glocks just they fit my hands. People talk about the grip angle. It don't really bother me if you're used to shooting two-handed. Where a lot of people have trouble with the Glocks and the ergonomics and the grip angle is they're used to shooting guns one-handed. Like 1911s, where it was designed. The 1911 was actually designed to shoot one-handed. This gun is actually designed to shoot two-handed. So when you actually grip the gun like you're supposed to, your hand, this hand on that side of the gun, this hand on that side of the gun, it should actually fit your hand. So once you train yourself to shoot two-handed, uh, the Glock fits. But if you're coming from the one-handed shooting world and go to a Glock, it's just not going to feel right. Um, excuse me. Accessories. Well, it's a Glock. One of the best parts about owning a popular firearm, Glock, Ruger, Smith and Wesson, Springfield, um, and Sig, the uh, the benefit of buying those guns is the fact of you have tons of aftermarket support. So there's tons of accessories. It's basically sky's the limit. Do whatever you want. Value. Um, I guess that's kind of a touchy subject. For me, it was a great value. The gun store I was working at, I got the guns at cost, so I actually only paid $481 plus tax on this gun. Original retail price is about $600. Would I have paid $600? Probably not without firing it. Now that I have shot the gun, I say definitely. It's definitely, if you're a 45 guy and you're wanting the best bang for the buck, I think you can't go wrong, and I think it's worth the $600. Um, that's just one man's opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. One of the other highlights to this, as far as accessories and value, is you can actually buy the Glock 21 magazines, the full size 45, and they will fit in here as well. Reliability and durability. Well, do I need to say more? I've experienced not a single issue out of this gun. And a lot of what I'm running through this gun is federal aluminum. And it's just price wise, stuff's cheap. It's at Walmart. Nobody wants it. So it's always readily available. And the Glock just, it chews it and spits it out, man. It don't give a shit what you're putting in it. So, and I'm about 800 rounds into this. Um, and so far, so good. Um, I've ran a handful of different hollow points through it, and it don't seem to really care what you put through it, which is why you pay what you pay. Overall thoughts. My overall thoughts on this gun, man, is I can't speak highly, uh, about this gun. I can't speak highly enough about this gun. To me, it's the gun. It's the gun to have, in my opinion. And this is, and I know, guys, you're probably thinking, well, I mean, he likes the Glocks and he's kind of biased. Here's what I do, okay, and I'm not biased because my everyday carry right now for the summer is the Shield 9mm. Um, here's what I do, okay. I'm looking for a 45 ACP. When I was looking for the 45 ACP, I looked at some of the 1911s, the Rock Islands, because I wanted a 45. I just did. I wanted a 40, something that shot to 45. So I looked at those guns. Okay, I was looking at spending 550, $600 on and off all steel frame guns, single stack, 8 shots. That I'm not going to be able to carry. Okay, because I'm not carrying a freaking 33-ounce unloaded gun. I'm not carrying that. That's ridiculous. There's no way. Um, you might, but I'm not a big frame dude. You know what I mean? I'm like a buck 60, soaking wet. So, um, I what I do is like this. Looking at 45, I wanted 45. I wanted something that I could carry. I looked at the Springfield XDS. Let's see, there's a couple other guns out there that was in 45 that I was kind of looking at. And I even looked at the Glock 36. Thought, man, you know, I mean, it's still light on rounds. I mean, that's just not a lot of rounds, you know. And I looked at the Glock 30 and I really liked it. I was hooked. I'm like, all right, I'm digging this. You know, I like that 30, man. That feels good. And then I came across 30s because when I was looking at the 30, I thought, man, it's nice, but man, that's sliding that barrel. That's a chunk of metal. You know, that's a big hunk of metal. And then come find out, the 30s is the thin slide. Um, so yeah, I was hooked. So here's my opinion: size to weight ratio. This is the best 45. If you're looking for a 45, this is the one to get, man, in my opinion, because everything else out there either weighs the same and holds less rounds, or it's just way too big to carry. Where, like I said, this is the same size as like a Ruger SR9 compact or the M&P compact, but this is chambered in 45, man, and it holds 10 plus one. I think those guns are like 10 plus one of 9 mil. So I'm getting 10 plus one of 45. Um, Glock is just well known for size to weight. They're able to cram as many rounds into a small package. So that's why I bought this gun. In my opinion, I feel like it's the best 45 subcompact or compact, however you look at it, carry gun. And that's why I bought it. If Springfield had a gun like this, I'd be sitting here doing a Springfield review. If M&P had this gun, was making this gun, I'd be doing an M&P review right now, but I'm not. I'm doing a Glock review because they're the ones who make this setup what I was looking for. And like I said, yeah, I carry an M&P shield because I feel like when I was looking for a single stack 9mm, I feel like the M&P shield is the best single stack 9mm on the market. I know there's going to be a lot of controversy about that, but like I said, that's just one man's opinion. And bang for buck, can't beat it. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to sign out with be performance driven. Don't accept anything but greatness in life. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please pound that like button and share and add the favorites.